Well, we're phoning it in.
Phoning it in. That's what we're doing. This is Who Would Watch This? Chatting about the Razzies. A bit about the Oscars.
Yep.
We're phoning it in. This is a phone-in episode, but hey, it's award season, Carl.
Yep. Oh, the awards are spilling.
Spilling.
Huh?
Yep.
I'm not going to be quick on my feet today.
That's fine. Let me spill some water on you.
I'm melting. I was a witch all along. A little Wizard of Oz reference to all.
See, we do a movie podcast, so we might get the movie joke.
So we're gonna, we'll reference some things from cinema. So, it's a bit of fun.
E.T. phone home, huh?
Huh?
Phone it in.
Huh?
Oh, damn, I could've...
E.T. phone it in. Damn. It was all right there.
My name's Oscar.
My name is Carl,
and this is Who Would Watch This? Phoning it in.
Phoning it in.
Who would watch this?
You're gonna do like a sound effect thing? Do you want me to press buttons? Beep boop boop.
Well, that's the sound effect.
Do you want to overlay that with the intro? Does that land? And here we are. What's the podcast usually, even though we're not doing it today?
Normally, we watch a film, chat about the film, then try and figure out who would watch this. Today, the Razzies are out. The Oscars are out. We did the Razzies last year.
Yep.
Bit of fun. We found some new gems.
Yep, we did.
We can also go through the Oscars, because, hey, we like films here, apparently.
I've watched some.
I have
Just
also
a
watched
cheeky little bit.
some. Carl, should we just get into what the Razzies are?
Yep.
And then we'll go through the nominations, because luckily for us, we've seen some of these that popped up
Oh, they have.
on our podcast.
And as per usual, the Razzies have needed to apologize. The Razzies, look, they just give you like mean awards, let's be honest. Some of them are fun though, but it's about celebrating the worst in film of the year. Worst performance,
I feel like
writing,
celebrating is the wrong word. I feel like it's just like...
I think it would be... I feel like we like to celebrate bad films. I think the Razzies are mean.
Yeah.
But they've got this one category I really latch myself onto.
Yeah, it does normally land.
And that's about it. But but the thing is, we've seen some of these, I would say.
And you can listen to them on your podcast service of your choice.
Wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Rightio. Should we go through the worst picture?
I haven't properly seen a lot of these. I just know they're shrouded in controversy again.
Yeah, it's a bit fun. We won't go into the controversy because they've already retracted it, so I guess their hands are clean.
I guess so. Did they replace them with someone?
Imagine
being the person that you were like, damn it, I almost didn't have a Razzie. Why'd that girl complain? I saw a performance, she sucked.
We nominate Bruce Willis again.
What do we got?
All right, worst picture, we've got Blonde, Disney's Pinocchio, Good Morning, The King's Daughter, and Morbius.
So we've seen Morbius.
Yes, we have seen Morbius.
You've seen Blonde.
I have seen Blonde.
Thoughts on Blonde?
Listen, it's pretty brutal. It's I don't think it's the worst movie. I think the main issue is that like the subject matter is pretty grim. It's it's a retelling of Marilyn Monroe's life.
Yeah.
With some pretty graphic scenes.
Yeah.
Looks quite pretty though. That's the problem.
Does look well made. I've seen a trailer.
Yeah.
Trailer looked pretty.
Anna de Armas is, I think, playing it quite well. I mean,
Yeah.
she's been nominated for the Oscar, which is... I think they Razzies do love going, well, we'll give you the worst and the best.
Yeah, they love to nominate someone they're pretty sure is going to get the Oscar as well.
Yeah, but normally it's for a different role, whereas this time they've gone for the same. It's a very polarizing film, but it's I think it's an Australian director. He directed...
I did the assassination of Jesse James.
And...
Killing Them Softly.
Yes, and the...
Snowtown.
No, the one with Chopper.
Chopper.
Chopper. That's it. I watched Chopper. Did also like Chopper.
Did you?
I really did like Chopper.
Nice.
Yeah, that was
He's a good director.
Yeah, he is a good director. I think he's just gone for a pretty... I mean, and some of the awards later on we'll find out. It's pretty intense.
I mean, it's weird they decided to produce it, right? Because it's not a lot of it's factual. It's like what somebody thought her life might be like.
Well, it's based on a book of a woman that was just kind of like, this is what I think happened. And she's always in hot water. And then the director was like, I'm going to do it as well. It's a lot of like pastiche sort of like touching on like sort of photos and big moments in her life and being like, she was probably getting like pretty brutally assaulted at every stage. It's like, oh God, it's a tough watch. I think it's worth watching, but I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. I'm glad I've seen it, so now I can comment on it, but it is,
If it was shorter, maybe I'd have an interest. How grotesque was it? Were you like I don't enjoy watching what...
There was a few scenes that
Yeah.
are pretty grim. I think the big one was like the talking fetus scene that was going on Twitter for a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that?
No.
No. Well, that's in it. There's a scene with JFK. I think the Razzies also talk about that. Quite insulting. I think just insulting to Marilyn Monroe, but that might be the point of the
Because
film.
I think she was famously wanted to be left alone.
Yeah.
So the fact that she keeps getting movies made about how she was assaulted, she's probably...
Or maybe not. Yeah,
her
it's...
estate probably is like, she wouldn't like that.
But I think it's kind of using that framework to be like, aren't we in Hollywood monsters? And it's like, yeah, but you can't. You're digging up a corpse to do it.
But you're a part of that machine.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, who would ever? You!
So that's Blonde.
Yeah. What else was nominated for picture?
We had Disney's Pinocchio. I think we were gonna we were gonna do this.
Yeah, I feared that it was maybe too bland to even bother reviewing. I don't know if that's worthy of... If that wins... I think we should watch what wins, to be honest. Unless it's more... I think Morbius will win, though, and we've already seen that.
Yeah,
so,
I think so. I don't know what Good Morning is. It's the Machine Gun Kelly one,
it's the
isn't
Machine Gun Kelly one with who's his wife?
Oh,
Megan Fox.
Yes.
So, yeah. Is this because people dislike Machine Gun Kelly?
I think that as well, but I think as well it's also a bad film. I've seen a
Yeah.
lot of people talking about it. It might be at the zeitgeist now. It does look quite terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
But he's great in Bird Box, huh? Huh?
Is he in Bird Box?
Yeah, Machine Gun Kelly's in Bird Box.
There you go.
There you go.
It's got Danny Trejo in it, and he also co-wrote it and directed it.
Machine Gun Kelly?
No, yeah, Machine Gun Kelly did. And Mod's son. Following Landon Clash, a movie star whose world is turned upside down when he must choose between pursuing his one true love and landing a life-changing starring role in a major motion picture. Wow, it sounds pretty freaking bland.
Get him.
and
Get him.
Unoriginal.
And then we've also got...
Pete Davidson's in it?
He's also on this list for another movie that we also probably won't do. There's a few films here that, like... I don't know, this podcast, I feel like we can sort of... We've done like 100 episodes now. I feel like I can look at a movie and go, no. I won't enjoy it, but there won't be any value there.
Yeah, so what was it?
That was Good Morning, and there was The King's Daughter.
Which is?
The King's Daughter. King Louis XIV's quest for immortality leads him to capture and steal a mermaid's life force, a move that is further complicated by his illegitimate daughter's discovery of the creature.
That sounds right up our alley. I'm not
Actually
going to lie.
sounds pretty...
Sounds perfect for this podcast.
You know what? Oh, Piers Brosnan's King Louis. He's had a bad year, hasn't he?
He's not doing well.
No.
Remember him and Cinderella, huh?
Remember him in Black Adam?
Oh,
He
God.
was the best in Black
As
Adam.
if Black Adam's not nominated for anything.
I think it should be.
But it's not offensively bad. It's just increasingly dull.
Yeah, exactly.
But
we might then do The King's Daughter.
we
That's
might
a
have
good...
to do The King's
Look
Daughter.
at that. Thanks, Razzie, for checking that. Look at that. It's
there we
bringing
go.
awareness.
Last year you gave us Twist. This year you give us The King's Daughter.
Radio. That's that. Worst actor. We'll go through this real quickly. Machine Gun Kelly in Good Morning. Fair enough. Marmaduke. Pete Davidson in Marmaduke. Voice only.
There was a Marmaduke movie this year?
Have you not heard of this? This is like the lowest reviewed movie on Letterboxd at the moment.
Is this?
It's got something disgusting. It is so
What
so
studio
low.
made it?
It was a big
It looks
studio.
very cheap.
It looks like it was. I think it was like an Amazon show. Was it?
Oh God, its cast is big. Ish. I take that back.
Pete Davidson. Who else?
It's just him and J.K. Simmons. Nobody else I've heard of.
Yeah, Marmaduke seems like a film that just seems exhausting. Sort of like a... It doesn't look fun, and it doesn't look fun to chat about. But
Do we think his voice work is that bad in it?
I think he didn't give a shit, which is fair enough.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
We've got Tom Hanks as Geppetto in Disney's Pinocchio.
Ooh.
He's had some injury. I feel like we're the same. I like Elvis. I think everyone I find Tom Hanks fun, and it's a fun character in Elvis, but it is funny. You quite like the character.
I think it's a really wild performance, and I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think he's going out. I think it's pretty. I think it's a very easy performance to pick a scene.
Yeah.
And watch it out of context and dissect it and make fun of it. But I think in watching that movie beginning to end, he's doing something really odd, and I have not seen Tom Hanks go out on a limb like that in a while. And personally, I thought his performance in that movie lands. I understand why some people think it doesn't, but I don't think you can look at that and go, that is one of the worst performances of the year.
And tonally it works well with the film.
It does.
Insane.
It's Baz Luhrmann's insanity and
him in a hospital bed having visions of Elvis flying at him.
Yeah.
Kind of works for that sort of stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
But I have seen him in Geppetto. Just scenes. haven't seen it in context, but not great.
He seems like he's phoning it in that.
Yeah,
Like he was like, I'm either going to try an Elvis or this Pinocchio straight to Disney Plus film. I'm vibing the Elvis one.
We got Jared Leto and Morbius. That's fairs.
That's fair. He sleepwalks through that movie.
On crutches.
I mean, his bones were brittle. What are you going to do?
And so was Matt Smith.
He's not allowed to look happy. Matt Smith isn't nominated, is he? He's fantastic. He's keeping that movie alive.
He is. That dance scene was Oscar worthy. They made a new category.
They did. They said best Matt Smith dance.
Yeah.
Very specific, but now he'll do whatever
he got snubbed though for that. It's very cool.
True.
And Sylvester Stallone in Samaritan. I have heard this is bad. Another bad. It's on the Razzie list. Of course, it's bad. But
I haven't bothered to watch Samaritan. I've seen the trailer again. I don't know how bad it is. I did think it looked really generic.
It looked like a generic superhero film.
Yeah,
Like, hey, look, he's past his prime. It's like, weird.
He wasn't
maybe
left alone.
10 years ago, but
this kid he wants to save. I won't save that kid. And that kid's all like, no, but please save me, please.
That's exactly. Well, you've seen the film, have you?
Sorry, no. I know from past experience because I myself am a good Samaritan.
Okay, we got worst actress: Ryan, Kira Armstrong in Firestarter.
Yeah,
You've seen this? Mean.
That's the young girl in Firestarter.
Oh, gotcha. Retracted.
She's genuinely not given a lot to do.
Is the film bad? Why are they?
It is pretty bad. Just nothing rushed, silly, stupid film. And it's sort of a shame. It's one of the more interesting non-horror Stephen King novels that they've adapted. I think it would have been ripe for a good adaptation. Maybe it's tough because in the original, I'm pretty sure it's like Drew Barrymore.
Gotcha.
So like pretty talented child star in the other one. She's fine though. I don't know why you would nominate this very forgettable film.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
You got Bryce Dallas Howard in Jurassic Park Dominion.
Have you seen this one?
No, we were going to watch it. We plan.
I think we will. I think we still will. Yeah.
We'll save it then. How's Bryce though?
Sorry. Again, simply not trying.
Yeah. Which is fine. I don't mind that.
You're allowed to be nominated if you're not trying.
Yeah.
I think it's tough. I mean, I can understand not trying when you get given that script and they're just like, I don't know, just look afraid. And you're like, for 90 pages? And they're just like, yeah, we've given Chris Pratt a lot of the dialogue.
Oh, no. He's doing his Mario voice. He's weaving it in. He's overlapped.
He was like workshopping it in Jurassic World Dominion. What is this? A Velociraptor? Mario. Woohoo!
Calls Bryce Dallas Howard Mario.
Luigi. My name is Bryce Dallas as an actress.
Yeah, and the character.
And whatever this character's name is. T-Rex?
Diane Keaton and Mac and Rita.
Nah, you know what? I'm not even going to dignify that with looking it up.
No, me neither.
Good for you, Diane.
All right, Carl, we've also got worst remakes, rip-off sequels. We've got Blonde. I guess it's a remake of her life. So I've seen that. Both 365 Days sequels.
We've only seen one, unfortunately.
Oh, true. 360 Days this day and the next 365 Days.
We've
will
not
have
watched
to do.
the Kappa.
Yeah.
We'll have to watch the trilogy Kappa.
We will.
Yeah. I would give that a win.
Yeah, I mean, they've done both.
That was terrible.
Yeah, that was pretty dreadful, and we've watched half of that.
I can imagine doing a double feature with that. You'd be like, I've lost my faith in cinema and humanity.
Is it like the Oscars where they have to watch all of them? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that the fact that I reckon that those two movies is the reason we're 90 seconds to midnight on the doomsday clock. I reckon they've gone filmed back to back.
Oh my God. Have you watched it? 1 trillion? Jesus.
Nuclear war and more 365 Days films, 90 seconds.
Disney's Pinocchio, Firestarter, and Jurassic World Dominion.
Yep. I think Jurassic World Dominion's the laziest blockbuster I've seen this year. Up there with Morbius. Morbius is worse.
Yeah.
Jurassic World Dominion is a very irredeemable blockbuster, in my opinion. Simple Hollywood laziness.
Yeah. It's fun the Jurassic Parks keep doing like little trios, and the first one's great, and then it just
yeah, they're really consistent in being like, look, we really tried on that first one, and
Yeah.
then you're just like, but not by the third.
No, we really wanted to make some money.
We like locusts.
Okay, we got worst screen couple. This is a fun one.
This is the one I like.
Yeah, this
I
is
like
the
this
fun
one.
Razzies. They do fun. Colson Baker, aka Machine Gun Kelly, and Mod Sun, Good Morning. That could be funny. Both real-life characters in the fallacious White House bedroom scene in Blonde. It ain't great. It's the president and Blonde, and there's some fellatio.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's quite upsetting.
Yep.
and that's like and that's moments before she dies. It's a strange like hard cut, pretty much. Tom Hanks and his latex laden face, and ludicrous accent in Elvis.
Look. I think it's pretty good latex, but it's very much he's wearing latex.
Yeah, you made a good point of if you look at the Colonel in real life, it's like that guy's a melted candle of a man.
Oh, he is, and he doesn't sound real. And Tom Hanks has had to bring him to life, and people have gone, "No way, that's a real human being." But it is. You can't hold him again. He can't suffer for what the Colonel has done.
Andrew Dominic and its issues with women, blonde. That's a pretty fair assumption.
That's a good one. It sounds like he's not a fan.
Oh yeah, not a big fan of women. The film does a pretty good. It is annoying because I didn't really do much research into Blonde, so when I was watching it, it kind of starts with Marilyn Monroe dating Charlie Chaplin's son. I thought that was an interesting, completely fake. Right, okay, not for just for the film and the book. And worst screen couple, the 2 365-day sequels.
Yep, that's what I thought would be pretty rough.
All right, Carl, worst director. We got Judd Apatow, The Bubble. I scrubbed through The Bubble. I was like, should we do this? We kind of a hard and fast rule, don't do comedies. Yeah, nah, it's just...
Looked like a film that just was not landing.
No.
Right?
No.
So...
It's just a bit painful and very COVID. Jokes that, like, people at work made, and you're kind of like... We're kind of done with that. And they were like, let's put it in a movie 9 months late. It's like, oh, grim. We got Colson Baker, Machine Gun Kelly in Good Morning. Andrew Dominic, Blonde. Daniel, I might screw up his name, Esposito, Morbius, and Robert Zemeckis in Disney's Pinocchio. I mean, where would you... Directing-wise, what we're looking there. I mean, Machine Gun Kelly is not a director.
I doubt that is a well-directed film.
Yeah.
I think it's shocking that Lyle Crocodile's nowhere on this list.
Well, I mean, it's in the Oscars list, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Did it get Best Original Song?
Oh, I got Best Picture.
Oh, of course.
Ahead of it.
Yeah, look.
Andrew Dominic, it's not a badly directed film. That's probably the only thing holding it up, honestly. Yeah. Morbius, pretty bland.
Pretty intensely cut together. Like, sort of a butchered, this movie's falling apart, doesn't make sense, isn't testing well.
I wouldn't blame the director on that. That feels like a studio panicking, going, oh, God, we cannot get an audience score over 1.
Them just freaking out that they've made a Morbius film.
Yeah.
Just being like, oh, God, who greenlit this?
Us.
Oh, no.
The Mirror.
Yeah, and who wrote it? No one. Oh, no. And who's cast? Jared!
And then you got Robert Zemeckis. He probably should do better.
He should be doing better.
Yeah.
I wonder how that movie is, you know?
I saw little clips of it. It's cruel that there's 2 Pinocchios out. One you've seen.
Stunning. Yeah, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio was stunning.
Yeah. And then his. It's like... Oh, bless. Yeah, all right. Well, what do we think is going to sweep then?
I think Morbius is going to sweep, but that Good Morning one...
It's in every section, pretty much.
I'm hyped to watch this King's Daughter film. I think that's going to be a king shit, I reckon.
Get him. That's it. We'll put that on the friggin'... Save it for the podcast. Save it for the podcast. Like, you've hit gold. Stop
Let me write it. Where's my manager? Huh? Surely they can leverage me onto a better podcast now. Barry, you won't believe what I've just said. Live on the podcast. I know.
Okay. Should we touch on the Oscars? Any fun things we got there?
What's it called? What's the best picture? What's the best picture race looking like? If you want to just skip to the best picture race of the Oscars there. I'm in the process of catching up. I've been on holiday.
You have been. All right, let's go for the best pictures. We got All Quiet on the Western Front.
Haven't seen that. I'll probably watch that.
Yeah.
I don't like a war movie. I don't enjoy them.
Have you seen the original one?
No, I haven't.
We got shown it in Modern History. It's very good.
Yeah.
It is just about pretty much like...
It's anti-war, right?
Sorry?
It's an anti-war
Yeah, pretty
film.
anti-war. It's pretty much just like, I think the original's a German soldier, First World War. Pretty much he's light and bubbly. He's like, hey, he like listens to all the propaganda, like, hey, go sign up for war. And then it's just 2 hours of just misery. Just like, hey, war ain't great, huh? Who'da thunk? And then this remake. Yeah, I might watch it as well.
Yeah, the only thing that's holding me back is how long it is.
Actually, I will say the one thing about this Oscars is I think there's
So many near 3-hour films.
It's a bit painful.
But
isn't
this
it?
is like cinema trying to combat television, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you're paying money, have a very long experience.
Yeah.
And I'm getting sick of that. I will enjoy a 90-minute movie as much as I enjoy a 3-hour film.
Yeah.
Like,
If a film doesn't deserve a 3 hours, suddenly
Yeah.
it's like, oh, well, hang on, you should have
Yeah.
cut something down. Anyway, speaking of Avatar: The Way of the Water, what a great segue. I just watched this.
Yeah. I watched this, fun fact, right after Barbie's Rapunzel. So you got to remember the mindset I was in.
You'd seen probably the worst animation ever.
Yep.
And then they go to this. So that's fair enough. Listen, it looks nice.
Yeah, I don't think it's your cup of tea. I do think the last hour of that is spectacular.
Oh, of course.
Great filmmaking.
Just I was bogged down by that middle.
The middle. If he can manage to just not be indulgent on the next one.
Yeah.
If this was 2 hours, I think it would
I'm
be
happy. The first one was
brilliant.
2 hours 40. I think if this was 2 hours 40, just cut that. I just don't care enough about these
characters
yet. And I don't think I will. But yeah, looks stunning. Probably will win every visual thing in the world.
Yeah.
The Banshees of Inisherin.
I watched this next to you on a plane.
Yep.
I had downloaded the wrong version when I bought it. I did listen to it with what's it called? It was like
closed captions, but the audio pretty much like.
So the movie was read out to me. Very frustrating for a very quiet, somber film that relies on its quietness for a lot of its emotion and comedy. A lot of like, he walks into a room and scolds. He's unhappy with what he's done. The dog looks up at him bewildered. There's a lot of that. And yet I still very much enjoyed the film. But I imagine I would have enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
Had I not made that stupid fucking mistake.
It completely does not allow you to get engrossed in the film because every single like silent moment, just a breeze blows through. He looks at it literally like somebody's reading the script out to you while it happens. Well, like you're feeling an emotion, like he feels sad. I'm like, well, I know that.
I know that. I'm
feeling...
sad. I knew I was in poor company when the beginning was just like Fox Searchlight comes up in gold. It's glowing due to the background of the sunset and the lights coming in around it, and I was like, what are the odds the studio's just done this for this one opening? Bad odds.
Not a comedy film.
It was like, we look over the landscape of an island. I was like, fuck. Good though.
Good.
Seek it out.
I'm very excited to see it. We've got Elvis. Elvis is one of those films that's bombastic. It might be a 4.5, might be a 2. Can't decide. At the moment, it's a 4.5.
I think it's meh. Like, I think Baz Luhrmann is really holding up quite a generic film.
Yeah.
And I think along with Baz Luhrmann's weird stylistic choices, an out-of-the-box performance by Tom Hanks, and then a pretty good performance by Austin Butler.
Yeah, it's broken him a bit.
Yeah, it is. You ever seen a video with him in it?
Yeah.
That's not a
Watching
happy
one now, it's just like back to that actor Roundhouse, and he's just broken a bit.
Wait until we see him in Dune. We're gonna be like, why does the villain sound like Elvis? Bring me the spice.
Paul.
Where the hell's Paul? Dave Bautista. Oh, I'm not good at it. Heard it just then.
Keep doing it.
I can't do Elvis.
That's one voice you can't do.
If I can drink. No, I lost it. And I didn't even have it, but I was close.
I'm skipping over.
No,
everywhere, all at once.
I would like this to win.
Yeah, fair enough. It's a fun one. It's a fun comedy. I would like a comedy to win. That'd be crazy.
It's like funny. It's also got good emotion. In terms of like, I think it's now the quintessential multiverse film.
Yeah, it's a little movie that could.
Yeah, and I think it's like, I think if considering how much money that made and how many people saw it and how much that came out at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And it stayed in conversation for the entire time. Surely that shows some sort of staying power for that film.
I think so. I think it'll be around for a bit.
Like, it feels to me like if the Academy's gotten a bit more modern, like with Parasite winning and some of those other ones, it feels like Everything Everywhere All at Once could win.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
The Fabelmans.
I have not seen this one
yet. Me neither. Here's the thing as well. This podcast, most of these fucking films come out in February. We can't watch Tar for another 2 weeks.
Well, I saw Tar.
Yeah, well, fuck you. How'd you watch it?
We were in America.
You're a coward.
I used American YouTube.
The
Watched it on a plane.
The one thing about The Fabelmans is that I don't think Spielberg's going to win directing.
No,
Oscar.
I don't think so.
I don't think he's going to win any of those awards. That's a shame. He probably should get something.
I mean, he might. You never know. I can't even remember who's nominated for directing. But yeah, go on.
We've got Tar. I desperately want to see Tar.
Tar's fantastic. Tar is upsetting.
Yeah. Do you think
you won't be happy. You won't be happy for a long time.
Good movie though?
Yeah, very good movie.
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, pretty fucking stunning.
Yeah,
Just,
fun.
That was like the real probably before like Avatar came out. That was sort of like the blockbuster this year, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad multiple blockbusters have made it in this year.
I'm happy with that too.
Yeah.
And pretty like high quality ones. Like Avatar for its special effects and for Top Gun pretty much going, fuck it, we're gonna put a bunch of actors in planes.
We'll
and see
just
what happens.
train them to do it.
Yeah.
Like, oh god, okay.
We've got Triangle of Sadness. Again, I do want to watch this.
I've seen Triangle of Sadness.
Yep.
I think that's up there with Everything Everywhere All at Once for me this year.
Yeah.
A very good comedy.
And finally, Women Talking.
Yep. I haven't seen this, would really like to. I wanted to see this when we were in America, but I didn't get a chance.
No.
I didn't want to be sad again. Again, I'd seen Tar, and I've gone, that was 3 hours of sadness.
Don't worry, watch Puss in Boots, you back up.
Where the fuck is Puss in Boots' nomination? Give that a Best Picture nom.
I know it should get Best Picture.
It should be in Best Picture. That's the Toy Story 3 of this year.
Yeah.
To you, the listener, if you have not seen Puss in Boots, go fuck yourself and watch it.
Seek it out. What do we think is winning?
I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is probably going to win.
Yep.
If not, what do we think? The Fabelmans? Or, yeah?
Do you not think Tar?
I don't know. I feel like nobody's seen it.
No.
I don't know what the Academy's into. It depends as well. Like, I feel like all bets are off at the moment for the Academy ever since they switched around and when they fired a lot of the older bits of the Academy and brought in new people.
Still trying to settle to see what the vibe is.
There's still not like is it this director's time? They don't seem to be doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Like when Anthony Hopkins won over Chadwick Boseman for actor, it was like, they're not going to just give away an Oscar for exterior reasons.
Yeah.
They're just going to go off performance. So,
well, in that case, I mean, everywhere. Then I feel like the exterior force is people pushing for it to win.
yeah.
I think their actors are going to win it. I don't know if it's going to win Best Picture.
I don't know. I think it's fairly open. We'll see as it like narrows in terms of their campaigns, right?
Yeah.
I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is the front runner at the moment. And then I think The Fabelmans, because it's Spielberg.
Yeah.
But not a lot of these movies actually made a lot of money this year.
No.
So I don't know if they want to... You don't want to reward something that was a bomb.
Yeah.
In terms of, like... Not that matters in terms of the quality of a film, but the Academy can't keep giving the award to a movie the population just isn't interested in watching. Like... Yeah. It's as simple as that. But everybody turned out for Everything Everywhere All at Once or then sorted out.
Well, it's gone back to cinemas just recently, so that's pretty exciting.
What do you think's going to win?
Well, I hope it wins. I'd like a comedy to win. I don't think a comedy's really ever... The Academy's never... Like, that and horror, they're kind of like...
I would love some horror to get in there this year.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
I feel like Ari Aster, when that movie comes out, they'll be like, here's a bone. if it's
good.
If it's good.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cinema.
Either way, I think that's actually a pretty good crop of 10 movies that came out this year for Best Picture.
I think it's
Seek them out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a strong year. I'm pretty happy with that stuff.
Yeah. Oscar, shall we end on an ultimate palate cleanser?
I think so.
You can take it away.
Carl, I'll be honest, quite frankly, we've been phoning in for the last 30-ish minutes or whatnot.
Well, because this room's fucking 40 degrees.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm falling apart at the seams.
Carl, we need to stay together for the last bit here. This is our massive palate cleanser. Carl and I were away for the weekend. We decided to watch Grand Designs to calm down, have a drink, and just chill. If you've not seen Grand Designs, Kevin MacLeod goes to a couple or a single person and sees how they're building a home. Sounds like low stakes. I genuinely think more dramatic than any of the films we've chatted about this today.
If you make a movie and it's not as good as this one episode of Grand Designs, you should be embarrassed. simply just.
I'd say embarrassed, but also I can't stress you how high the bar is.
This ruined the entire vibe of the night. It was so upsetting.
Yeah.
This was a house that took place over 11 years of filming.
So we watched a revisit episode where they go back and check in on like it's kind of an unfinished project.
It captures hubris as
Yeah.
this man attempts to build a 1.8 million pound house
Yes.
on a cliffside with a lighthouse and his family of 4.
In Devon.
in
That's kind of the kicker.
In Devon, UK. He's completely reliant on essentially the royalties of his So Fresh singles. This is 2011,
Yeah.
so Spotify has not come out yet.
CDs were booming. I'm sure he probably had the money. It starts off with his kids very young, 8 and 10, his happy wife, and their marriage. They go, we've gotten this sort of family home, you know, we might, you know, we're gonna tear it down, we're gonna build something big, we're gonna build a lighthouse. We go, okay, that's quite interesting.
This will be great. It's only meant to take 2 years. Should only cost us 1.8 million pounds. Hard cut 5 years later.
They haven't been able to start it because they can't get a mortgage for it.
Yep.
They're like, okay, fuck.
Well, let's commit to just knocking the house down first.
Let's
then.
knock the house down, and then we're going to build a second house, a smaller house on the other side, so we can then put that against the bank to make some money. And we go, okay, well, that's crazy, but
Now he's in for like 2.5 million
yeah,
pounds.
but he can get a mortgage for 5 million to build the original house.
Yeah.
His plan is to sell it. We'll see how that goes.
Already the kids are like 15 and 14 or something like
Yeah.
that. So they're already aging out of needing to be in the house.
Yeah,
We cut ahead 2 more years, right?
yeah.
They can't sell the new property they've built because of all the construction going on next. So now they're over $1 million in debt on the other property too. And this one, the main property they've got, they can't build because of the rocks there. So they've got to get in like 400,000 pounds worth of steel
Yeah.
before they can even build. They spent like 500,000 pounds on a driveway just to get to their steel.
It's crazy. And at this point, he's like, don't worry though, the bank's only taking 8% loans.
8%, and this man's nearing £3 million. And on top of that, what's happened? Spotify's come out.
His seedy empire crushed.
Crumbled in front of him. And his hubris that he still wants 5 bedrooms, a 60-foot swimming pool in Devon, and a left wing for guests. And his
Accompanied
kids,
with the largest lighthouse storm-breaking thing to watch upon it. At this point, the wife is a bit broken. The kids are aging.
There's pain behind those eyes.
Yeah.
And those kids are looking down at this place going, wouldn't it be a shame if we never even get to live here? Hard cut another 2 years. The wife's left him.
The wife's left him. The kids are 18, about to leave house. This is where the revisit finishes. So we're meant to be left with this empty house that hasn't been built. The man's like 4.5 million in debt. Normally, this is a very sad episode. I think I've seen some other sad episodes like this. Similar vibe, you know? It's like divorce, haven't finished the house. This is crushing at this point.
Yeah. But the fact that this is taking place over all the years, it's like Boyhood.
Yeah.
We're seeing these kids age. We're seeing this couple beginning to just resent
Deteriorate.
each other. We're seeing Kevin poke him with a stick to inspire.
Kevin McLeod constantly goes, your marriage is kind of crumbling. Bet she hasn't been fucked good in years. Want me to ever try?
Kevin's looking at this couple just being like, why'd you even get together in the first place? Does he even make you happy anymore? How about me and you go over to that other villa you weren't able to sell, huh? I'll put £1 million in that.
Cock. Anyway, the revisit finishes and we're like, all right, so now we're pretty much we're up to date. It's 2021. I think maybe.
So he's also now
November.
been hit by COVID.
Yeah.
Right?
But essentially, Kevin walks in and is like, oh shit, the house is pretty done.
It's done.
We're like, okay, this could be a happy ending. He's lost the marriage, but at least the house is finished.
They're walking around. They're just like, this study here was meant to be my child's bedroom. And it's this cold, desolate study that overlooks an ocean.
It is almost a cliche how poetic this is, but it's real life. This man walking around this 16-bedroom mansion with the most set dressing.
It's now at a cost of somewhere between 5.5 to 6 million pounds. And he's had to have another financier come in and help him. Which means they've got to sell it immediately. And he'll never get to live in this house.
So he just walks around this empty house that's broken his marriage. He hasn't been able to see his kids. He spent 12 years not living because he's had to put every bit of money into this.
They're
And
looking.
you just see a dead man walking around this like tomb of his own like greed.
It's Icarus.
Yeah.
It's a simple, genuinely. It's Icarus. It's a
Yeah.
man's hubris. It is. This one episode of Grand Designs is art,
Yeah.
and it should be shown to anybody ever.
Carl, the episode's Chesil Cliff House, season 17.
Revisited, I think.
Revisited, yes.
Yeah.
Seek it out. Oh my god.
You will not be disappointed.
Yeah.
Having looked at more information, this house is still on the market for $10 million, and he has had to declare bankruptcy.
It is like it is such a like every piece is like it's written. It is. Congratulations to the Grand Design people for editing like a lifetime down to an hour. My word.
Real tough.
Yeah.
Real tough. Incredible stuff. Again, this is Boyhood. This is the before trilogy of Grand Designs. Just a snapshot in time. Oh god, I might watch it again.
Me too.
I've been raving about it to everyone. I haven't stopped talking about this. Before I came over to record this, we discussed it at dinner.
Fair
Told
enough.
so many people. I told my parents on the phone earlier. Told my brother about it at breakfast.
Was deemed the saddest episode of Grand Design.
We didn't know that. We just
didn't know
picked a
that.
random episode.
Random episode. It was the second one we watched.
Then if you want to cool down, we accidentally watched the worst house ever on Grand Designs.
yeah.
That shit is right on up. Boy, did he make so many mistakes.
Oh, it's an
it
ugly
was
house,
bad.
but it was fun.
It was fun. Yeah, anyway. That's us.
Thanks for listening. We're just
Yeah.
having a little chill one.
We're just
Next
having
week we'll
fun.
get back into the stuff.
We're going to be right back into it. Do not worry.
Yeah.
You don't worry, you sexy little tushes.
Yeah,
You'll be
maybe you like
sweet,
this.
huh?
Give us a little comment. I don't know what you're listening to this to. Maybe a letter.
Yeah. If you skip this episode, I get it. But
Yeah,
if
we
you're
understand.
getting to me saying this, you've clearly listened.
Oh, thanks.
Huh? So thanks for listening.
Good for you.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
We fucked it.